armor of Tiber Septim himself. Geoffrey will be amazed to see it. You can reassure Geoffrey that I will not destroy the armor. All I need is a scraping of Talos's divine blood. The blades are as touchy as priests about relics of Tiber Septim, it seems.
Hey Martin, did you know you're alive? I'm detecting life.
While you were gone, I've made some progress in deciphering the mysterium.
Why would you want this on an amulet that you'd be wearing all the time?
Is a great Welkin stone. You may have run across lesser Welkin stones.
Do we...
in Ayleid ruins, but a great Welkin stone will not be easy to come by.
We might have
They have been plundered one by one over the years.
Didn't we find one, or did we sell it?
Mages and
We might have found one.
I feel like we did.
In my game, I had already found one by this point, so I'd found several. So
the ruins of
I remember us seeing one. I can't remember if we sold it or did something stupid with it, but I swear we saw one.
Stone.
Don't we need, like, the Great Stone, though? Like, one specific one?
Others have failed.
do we need one from...
Oh,
no,
great.
yeah, okay, we already have it. All right, cool, awesome.
The hero of Havard,
Thank
the
God.
master of Miskarkand as well. I'm sorry, but I don't know yet.
Someone needs to make a role-playing game where you're just doing random side quests and picking up bullshit for 9/10 of it, and then the final quest is like, hey, you know, you are now the chosen hero. The real story begins now. Here's all the things here's everything we need one at a time, and you just randomly have all of it somewhere in your rat's nest purse.
Close an Oblivion gate. Didn't you already speak to Geoffrey about that?
Just roll up in a U-Haul truck.
As a young man,
Just like, fucking, I think I got one of those. No, there's only one. Is it this? There's no, oh, yeah, no, that's it. What the, what?
of Daedric magic. We hungered for forbidden secrets.
It's like, yeah, no, I just found it somewhere and I thought I'd hang out. It's kind of interesting, right? That is the face of Saint Grumbles.
We got in over our heads.
What if you thought you were the chosen one because you had an amulet, like, passed down generation, and then you go to the king, and there's, like, a bunch of other guys there with the same amulet who thought they were the chosen one because it got passed down generation.
Farewell, my friend. Yes.
Oh, man. That seems like a real problem, actually. Like, what if nobody could agree what's the actual amulet? How would you know?
How do you test the amulet?
This could be a campaign, actually. Like, you're not the adventurers. You're like the seneschal or whatever. You're like a committee that has been formed to figure out which of these people is the actual hero. When it's like the many popes scenario. You've got all of these like chosen heroes running around claiming they're the real one.
Look around.
Oh, and you get to do, like, history-looking stuff. You get to go investigate to figure out, like, what is about this amulet? What's in it? What's it supposed to be? How many were made? What signifies what?
Also, just, like, character witnesses. Like, hey, is this guy actually in any way heroic, or...
No, he ate all my corn.
That's actually pretty consistent with hero behavior in our experience.
Oh.
He grabs all my loose change. Okay, that's a check.
Make me a better.
But a check in the no column, right?
You're trying to drive.
Don't care about this. Don't care about this.
That seems a fair price.
Helmet of the lemur. No.
Fucking lemurs.
This, however, is actually good, so just give away that. Wow, a flawless pearl. 6 whole gold. Woohoo.
Flawless sapphire, 35 gold.
Yeah. Alright. Good enough. Give me this.
Oblivion really is Pawn Stars, the RPG.
You're gonna get hurt again.
Oh, that's cool.
Me children.
So what is next?
Hey, what's up, guys? We gotta go close this gate.
Oh,
I
fuck.
didn't think it made sense to try this on our own the first time.
Has anybody ever
Ready
heard
when you
Chris
are.
do an
Just say
OFA
the
like
word
that?
and we'll follow you into that hell-spawn gate.
He's full of surprises.
All right, give me a minute to talk to the
I'm
men.
a little rascal.
Everyone's a bit jumpy right now.
So you're basically the overpaid consultant.
Boys, listen up. We've got to close that gate.
Are we
You're
overpaid?
the Ellen Ripley. You're the Ellen Ripley.
Nobody likes the idea of
Are we overpaid,
yeah.
though?
but it's our
Who's
job,
Ellen Ripley?
and we're going to do it.
From Alien. You're going into a dangerous area full of monsters where you're the domain expert with a bunch of soldiers, and all the soldiers are going to end up dead, but you're going to end up okay because you know what you're doing.
Not while I'm captain of the guard. Boor, Soren, you're with me. The rest of you stay outside and kill anything that comes out of that gate.
I love the
I want to be the kitty cat.
fortifications that we've built here.
Right.
Do you know how many times I call my cat a shithead because of that movie? It is daily.
It's a real genre defining.
Every time I'm away from Oblivion for a while, I think you can just jump into the gate and it takes you. But no, you have to actually walk through and hit the door button on it. You can decide not to go through the gates.
Seamless. What do you think? This is a dungeon siege?
Yeah, let's see here.
The implication is it's not a physical portal. It takes a level of will as you're crossing the threshold to transition your material body to the plane.
Why is this giving
Yeah,
me
fucking
Mako
get it, John.
flashbacks? Oh, this is just like a Mass Effect 1 where you're going through the lava area and you're just trying to like go as weirdly about as you can. And they're like, just stick
Josh
to
is
the roads. You're like,
speedrun.
but I don't have to.
Where's the entrance to this place?
I don't know. Let me just open my Prima guide.
This is unhinged, Josh. This is one of the most
Just like-
unhinged ways I've ever seen you play a game. Just
The
I mean,
Cthulhu
lava
of
is
the
really
space
just a
key.
matter of, you know,
There we go.
belief.
you just had to follow the train.
Is this the right one?
I've got that one.
No, it indicates that it's not.
I think San Andreas might be in like the bottom 5th percentile
Oh,
of video
hey,
games
they're
that we
here
should
somehow.
cover on this show.
I've got that one.
What is...
Send your bloody soul straight to Sovngarde.
Okay, hang on a minute. You guys, give me a second.
Every episode,
Oh, no, we
just
are
sitting
supposed
here,
to-
like,
So far,
Be
just sitting here all nodding, like, yep, still white. Like many of the developers and intended players.
so far, so good.
This is gonna kill your spacebar.
I got a pretty nice space bar. It'll be alright.
I have to say that if you ever want to know what it looks like when I do an Oblivion Gate, Josh is doing a pitch perfect 100% replication right now,
here
complete
we
with getting lost.
It doesn't help that these physical spaces don't exactly conform to the way that they should.
Listen, every physical space I've ever been in has conformed to the way the physical space should, and I've managed to get lost in those two.
You know the one that still bugs me? You remember the is it the Lincoln
Fallout
Memorial
3,
at
Water
Fallout
Purifier
3?
and the
Yeah,
no,
and the
we watched them.
doors,
Yeah, no,
the
I-
doors to go into the reactor room are like backwards from the way they should be.
Mm.
And it's clearly like a bug, like they didn't do it right. Is that the door? No, it's probably this one.
Do not fall. Do not fall.
Oh no, they're both. Damn it. Alright. Somehow all of the guards are still alive.
Until you close the gate and they get stranded in Oblivion.
I need everybody
We
at home
haven't
to know
really
this was
established how
supposed to
that
take
works.
this was supposed to take 20 minutes longer at minimum.
Oh yeah, at least probably more like 40.
The thing about Bethesda games is that they generally are designed for you to be approaching it in the most straightforward, banal way possible.
Are you dead?
What?
You died.
Bro.
I guess? What happened?
You died.
That's not clear.
Look out!
Your health went to 0 and you died.
I don't understand, but we were already
It has to. The particles all have to go into the orb and then explode out of the orb and then teleport you to safety.
Yeah, Josh, they have to all go into the orb, the particles, obviously.
This is Orb Science 101, man.
I actually, now that I'm like replaying this, like I'm doing an instant replay of my muscle memory. After you grab the orb, you want to jump off the platform because you've kited all the enemies up there and they can't get down fast enough.
Well, don't jump though. You'll die.
Nah.
Do you have a slow fall potion?
Unnecessary. The fall damage in this game is not considerable.
Oh man, let's see who's correct.
I've seen Josh die from jumping off of buildings in that snowy area we were just in.
Bro cracked his ankle open on like a 2 feet high wall.
You know, it is hard to pit Bethesda's physics against Josh's ability to die.
It really is quite a contest. Damn it.
Plus, that one
Damn
guy
it.
that was asking us to kill him wanted us to push him off the cliff.
We never did kill that guy.
Does somebody
No,
in the
we
comments...
intentionally did.
Did anybody in the comments play this game on Xbox 360? And if so, could you please tell me how that lockpicking minigame is with the controller?
I think Nick did. I can go ask him. I'll be right back.
Do you have it? Can you whip out your copy of fucking Oblivion on the 360?
I have an Xbox controller here, I guess. I could boot up Oblivion.
Oh, I have to have Bird up here. That's why. Fucking... Now we're good. Can we get it?
Hello, this is Nick. I played Oblivion on the Xbox 360.
Hi, Nick.
Excellent.
We have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
How is the lockpicking minigame?
Yeah, that one.
You turn the little pick with one
No,
joystick.
that's the Fallout.
And then
That's
do
the Fallout
other
3
one.
and Skyrim one. No, this is the
That's
one.
Fallout 3.
This is the one that has
it has
the
little
tumblers and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of slide it to the side, and then you push it up very slowly, and it starts to vibrate. And then when it vibrates the right amount, you push the button. And then you do that 5 times.
Is that how it works?
How enjoyable would you say this is?
I would not describe it as enjoyable, but I got every achievement in Oblivion, so I liked it enough.
Friend here.
How did you run the
All right.
These hellgates.
Just go through them as fast as you could?
To get through the Oblivion gates, you just go through them as fast as you could, because I was maxed out on acrobatics.
Oh yeah.
Because I was just jumping
Yeah.
around the whole time. And
Yep.
then
That's the correct
That's what's up.
strategy.
you're like, well, I don't want to get this armor,
was
the
an
glass
honor to
armor.
serve
Just
with
run
you,
as fast as
ma'am.
I can.
Now that I've seen how
Well,
it's
That's my
done,
story.
I think my guardsmen and I.
Do you think the other kid's called Bird Turd when he was a kid?
Bruma.
I'm calling him turd right now.
I hope so.
What a turd.
Hello, I'm back.
Poor guy.
All right, well, we learned that it sucks with the controller, which, to be fair, it does suck also with the mouse and keyboard.
Good work. Captain Bird and his guardsmen should be able to handle any additional gates. At least.
I wish the Blades did just hate Bird, and just they all called him Turd. Just all the Blades
Of Oblivion are
just
in
hate him
Europe.
for no reason.
Guardsmen of Bruma.
But he's not even a blade. He's a guard
Need
captain.
together what allies-
I know, that's maybe why they hate him. It's world building.
If the Mythic Dawn manages to open a great gate here,
Blades
the city
come
will
down
need a
into,
stronger garrison for there to be any
Into
hope of
Bruma for drinks and whatever, and they're just
to
shitting on
speak to rulers
the
of other
guard.
cities of Cyrodiil.
I just like Joffrey sitting there with like a thing of ale and being like, I hate that guy.
It is
Just
too late.
give the Blades some character, man. They got nothing going on.
The items Martin needs
I don't
for the
think Bethesda is capable of creating a kind of intangible, benign rivalry between two organizations with overlapping remits. Like a, FBI come in and, like, they just kind of have, like, tension with the local cops kind of deal. I think that Bethesda kind of blunts that into outright hostility.
Yeah. I mean, this is why people clung so strongly to Game of Thrones when it landed, right? Is like,
Akatosh, you're here.
we had none of that in mainstream science fiction, really, or not science fiction, fantasy, in the mainstream. Like, obviously it was happening in books and in more obscure stuff, but like fantasy looked like this, where it's just sort of like the Blades are good guys, and the local cops are good guys, and they're all good guys, and they all kind of like each other because they're all fighting objective evil. And there's no like factions or ideology, and if there is in a Bethesda game, it's weaponized. It's us versus them. It's Nords versus Imperials.
He doesn't like it. The Countess of Bruma.
This is definitely not the case for fantasy literature, but in terms of, like, mainstream fantasy television, it was a fairly brisk step forward in stories where, in theory, the actions of the characters are informed less by the abstract kind of emotional hooks of the story than they are by the material conditions of the set.
Yeah, and again, like you said, to be clear, I'm talking about, like, video games, broadly movies and TV. Obviously, this stuff happens all the time in literature. This is not a knock on fantasy broadly. This is a knock on how we were writing and interacting with fantasy in, like, mainstream frat bro is willing to play it style fantasy stuff of this era, of the 2000s.
If I am to be
Yep,
emperor,
and then the Game of Thrones TV show just became that about 2/3 of the way through.
remember when we first met in Kavach? I told you that I...
Actually, about half the way through, honestly.
I still don't know if there is a divine plan, but I've come to realize that it doesn't matter. What matters...
I mean, the divine's plan is for Sean Bean to die. I think that's pretty clear at this point.
That's what you did at Kavach. It wasn't the gods that saved us, it was you. Were you acting for the gods? I don't know.
Sean Bean's a delightful actor, but, like, Martin looks nothing like Sean Bean. Like, that voice does not match that face.
The face is at one of the most unflattering possible angles we could put it at. Like, he's got one of the prettier faces of, like, people in vanilla Oblivion, but...
I'm afraid she may take...
That's a boy, that's a prize right there.
Have her meet me in the Chapel of Talos for a council of war. That seems a fitting place to make such desperate plans.
Okay, so... I don't know if we even have to do allies for Bruma at all. I think we can just skip it entirely and just say, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. It'll be me and Bird and Martin. We'll be fine.
I'm looking at the quest line right now on the wiki, and it says allies for Bruma is optional.
Okay, awesome. I mean, we could just, like, do the thing where we pop over to the Imperial City, appeal to the Counselor, and say, hey, so... Bruma could use some help, and he's like, yeah, but no. And that's sufficient to complete it.
All other factors aside, I'm actually really sold 100% on the idea of getting no allies for Bruma whatsoever.
It's not even bothering.
I think that there's nothing funnier than not even trying to get an ally for Bruma.
Those guys?
We're not even at time yet.
It's like
we're almost at time, but...
Just literally not making an effort to get... Would you just leave? You're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll go get it. Yeah, absolutely. I'll marshal as much support as I can to help the people of Bruma these times. And you just walk straight to Bruma and you're like, yeah, nobody's interested. Nobody likes you guys, I guess, I'm sorry.
You walk out of Bruma, you're like, yeah, sure, I'll go help. You walk out of Bruma, 2 seconds later you walk back in, yeah, nobody's coming.
You're just like, also the mayor of one town, I won't tell you which, it wouldn't be right, had some really sharp things to say about the people of Bruma.
A desperate plan indeed. This prince? Emperor?
We could call him a princeps and split the difference.
Sigil stone? This is the only way to stop this invasion from Oblivion?
That
I
was
must
a Latin
confess,
joke.
You are the first person to speak of victory against these Daedra. This war seemed hopeless to me. But what else was there to do but hold on and wait for a hero to arise to save us? And now it's
That is one thing the game does not sell, is the idea that, like,
Cloud Ruler Temple.
there's an ongoing war. You know, in the way that Skyrim, I think, does successfully sell the idea that, like, the towns are all dealing with regular dragon invasions, because you'll just walk along and see, like, a town, and then, like, oh shit, there's a dragon, and I can help the guards take it out. I don't think that really happens here with the Daedra and the invasion. I don't think you ever really...
It does technically.
Oblivion gates pop up everywhere and get really annoying.
But there's no sense...
Closing the gates.
Yeah.
Well, there's also no sense that they're fighting it, right? Like, you never, like, crest a hill and see, like, an Oblivion gate where there's, like, two sides going at it. You just sort of crest a hill and see an Oblivion gate and go, oh shit, another one of these to close. That sucks.
Exactly, yeah.
Only the captain of the guard. The Countess makes the final decision, and I
It would be a
follow
different
her
story if we successfully
whatever
got
I
the
think.
Goblin War started.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
We never did install those mods. We really should have. I'm upset that the Goblin Wars got patched out of the game. I get why, but I'm sad.
What a fun week that was, though.
To believe that a Bethesda game could be fun, however briefly.
I just love to believe.
I mean, there are also a bunch of mods that, like, in Skyrim make the war in Skyrim, like, way bigger, and they just generally tend to cause the game to disintegrate. Like, it cannot handle more than 12 actors on the screen.
If I ever need to express to anybody how I feel about Oblivion currently, I think the best way to put it is, I like this game about 30% more than you would assume listening to me talk about it on Spoiler Warning.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I have fond memories of it, actually, and you wouldn't think...
There is something about these kinds of games that you just can't get really anywhere else. Nobody makes games like this except for Bethesda.
Your Highness.
It's just like, outside of the highlights of the quest, it just has a kind of relentless mildness to it.
Any formality at this time. I am not Emperor yet, and I am quite new to this notion of being...
Actually, I think that's my problem with every Bethesda game at any time. Relentless mildness.
Asking for a great deal
Yeah.
but this is...
I mean, my problem remains the fact that they're really just sandboxes for power fantasies, and, like... But I will say it bothers me less in Elder Scrolls titles, which has sort of always been a Bethesda power fantasy its whole life, as opposed to, like, Fallout, where New Vegas and Fallout 1 and 2 are very dear to my heart, and I really hate the Bethesda approach to that material.
I think the Elder Scrolls, it's just easier to just accept that it's like basically playing with Barbies. Like, ooh, I'm part of the Dark Brotherhood. Ooh, I'm gonna go get these guys. It's like immersive in that way if you kind of see it as like playing with dolls. But for some reason it doesn't work for Fallout, and I think it's because Fallout is almost like trying harder in its own way. It's like, oh, this is really gritty. We're talking about war this time.
Yeah. Okay, here's a question for the room.
Countess.
Which Bethesda Fallout was worse, Fallout 3 or Fallout 4?
Oh god.
What the fuck?
Oh god.
I have an answer, but no one's gonna like it.
That's here.
I think 3 was worse. I think
No,
4, you have that city builder mechanic, and it has like a lot of more jokes in it, I feel. And I actually feel like 4 doesn't take itself as seriously, even though it's like, Sean, my baby! The rest of it is just like, oh, we're having fun in Boston today. And I feel like 3 is just so dour. It's like, oh my god. Stop it.
I kind of agree, actually.
I really hate that main quest, though.
Yeah.
Fallout 4's main quest is real bad. Oh my god.
Oh, it's garbage. What are you doing? Stupid.
I think the thing about Fallout 4 is that, like, about half the stuff they add is good, even, and half the stuff they add absolutely sucks.
Yeah.
It's us. It's the 3.5 people coming to deal with all that. Oh, okay, there's some guys.
That guy's not.
There
dressed
were
for
fucking leather
combat.
armor.
Battlefield. Yeah. It's probably level scaled, to be honest. We're only level 11.
Why is the defense of the realm level scaled to where one random asshole is at?
You're not putting enough in the economy, Josh.
Oh, hey, by the way, Duskfang.
Why is he wearing his robe and what? Wait, hold on. What's going on there?
We even got the armor of Tiber Septum. He could at least put it on.
Somebody saw Return of the King. That's what's going on here.
Wait, why isn't he wearing the armor of Tiber Septum though?
Why is he wielding a dagger? I mean, oh, hey, okay, this is going. It's popping off.
I don't want to play-by-play there, but I'm pretty sure if you do the instant replay on that one, you hit like mostly your allies.
Oh yeah, I would be surprised if I hit anybody who wasn't an ally in that, but are we good? No, okay.
Look out.
So unfortunately, we do
kill.
need to prevent Martin from dying because I'm pretty sure he can die here.
Is that just game over then?
Yeah, I think it's like you have to reload.
Another thing that Skyrim I do think does better is a sense of scale for enemies. Having not just dragons, but also just giants. Here everyone's kind of just like, you know, guy-sized. Little guy-sized raptor things, little guy-sized guys.
Yeah.
Get fucked, baby Bob.
Like, there's no giant ogre coming through, like, really intimidating stuff that these things can spawn. All I can do is spawn 5 more guys at a time.
You know, we've got, like, at least double... Oh, whoops, I killed that guy. Oh, shit. Oh no! Guys, now is not the time!
Trying to beat your ass!
Wait, come on! It was an accident, I swear!
Is Martin in on it with them? Is Martin helping?
I can't help!
How bad do you have to be for, in the final last stand of humanity, to turn away from the demons that are about to ravage their hometown and start trying to fight you instead?
What'd you say about Bruma?
It wasn't me, it was Count Spobler.
Dang it.
Woohoo! We did it!
Oh my god.
Everybody
We're stuck
loves
here
escort
forever.
quests.
Alright, well,
that
we are a bit over time now, yeah, so that's... Next time, we will come back to maybe not pissing off Bruma's guards so much this time.
Yeah, next week we're definitely finishing this video game, 100%.
Help me.
Oh shit, I'm not here next week.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do Patron Week again or something, I don't know.
Yep, adios.